I actually think I'm going to go a bit of a different direction because usually after somebody gives me a massage, the first thing I do is kind of go into my communication course where I teach people to communicate their way to better results. However, pretty much immediately when you put your hands on me, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to talk more about technique um, because one of the things I think like newer therapists need is they just need more tools in their belt, right? Like it's not that you don't have a good flow, but you don't necessarily know what to do and when. Is that correct? Do you feel that? Do you feel that? And so what I was thinking when I was on the table is I was like, if she just made a couple adjustments, this would be fire, you know? And I don't even need to teach you any other techniques. You just need to like play around with the speed of your stroke a little bit, right? One of the things in my communication course is how to communicate with speed, right? So when you're going up and down my back with, let's say, your elbow, you know that one move when you're down low, right? And you're going up with the elbow like this around the shoulder blade. So that move in particular, at the speed you were doing it, was a little bit painful.
Okay.
Now, it wasn't too much. That's why when you asked me um, to adjust, like, how's the pressure, I was like, it's fine. It wasn't too much, but it could be for some people. The only thing you needed to do to change that is just slow down, because I know you felt those knots around my shoulder blade, correct? This is one of the complaints from clients with therapists, period, not just new therapists, is that they don't actually, not that this is true, but this is the complaint, is that they feel like the therapist isn't paying attention, right? And the reason that is because you're not slowing down on the areas where there's knots, right? You're just kind of going over it and going through your motions. You feel it. I know you felt it because they're big, right? Like, but if you don't slow down on those areas to non-verbally communicate to the client that you know that that's there, that's the thoughts that they're going to be having.
Okay.
Not necessarily that that is a true thing. That's just what the client's going to be thinking on the table. Does that make sense? This is why like the communication course is like a lot of like what is the client thinking and how do we prevent them from thinking that,
Yeah, I didn't think of
right?
that.
So that's number one. When you feel those knots and you're doing your motions, just play around with speed a little bit. And the faster you go, the lighter you're gonna go.
Okay.
Like you could do a lot of the same moves that you were doing and just play around with speed and get me a completely different feeling and a completely different result. Like I don't even feel like I could probably just teach you some of the stuff that you're already doing and just teach you how to do it a bit differently and change up the like the motion and the speed and the pressure and you would have a completely different massage. I think I want to do that
Okay.
instead of talking to you about the communication course. You cool with that?
Mhm.
You down to get like a 30-minute? I wasn't going to massage you today, but I think I'm going. If you're okay with it, I
Alright,
will.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.